Round
Órale, solo chuck those tres chingones boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas. All right, man. Wanted to talk about this just for a little bit. There's actually some good news. So over the weekend, we had some ProBox in San Bernardino, and in somewhere in the undercard where I did not get to see this, I did watch the ProBox card. I did not get to see this fight. I don't know how early it was, but I did not get a chance to watch it, and that is with Jocelyn Camarillo and Isis Seal. And it's two young ladies, Isis Seal, who is 19 years old. And what happened was very scary. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know about it till I believe it was Monday morning or Sunday evening when I first heard about it. Um, we're gonna go ahead and watch a video here, and then I'm gonna tell you guys just a little bit more about it once I heard about it. Let me put the full screen here. So in the yellow trunks, you got Jocelyn Camarillo, and in the pink, you have Isis Seal, who is 19 years old. And this is pretty much what went down here. Now, they spent out about the footage here. This is the only way I was able to get it, but let's go ahead. Let's check it out. So with that right there, okay, with these shots that took her down, she was rushed to Loma Linda Hospital, and she was put in a medically induced coma. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and read this before I play the rest of it. 19-year-old boxer Isis Seal was placed in a medical induced coma on March 2026 after suffering a severe knockout and seizure 78 seconds into her fight in San Bernardino, California. She was hospitalized in intensive care with brain injuries, but reports indicate she later woke up and was breathing on her own. Yeah, yeah. When I first heard the story, the breathing on her own part, that wasn't happening. She was on a ventilator because she wasn't breathing on her own, and everybody was kind of freaking out, like, "Oh my goodness, dog! This girl's, she'd end up brain dead." So, let's play this. It looks to me, we'll see it in slow mo here in a second, but it looks to me like the first shot kind of just knocked her out a little bit. And Jocelyn Camarillo, she's over there celebrating, man. She doesn't know the severity of it at this time. So she drops her hands because she receives a body shot. She had received a body shot just right before that. So that's why her hands, her elbows go down to protect her ribs, right? But in doing that, she leaves her head up instead of, putting her head down with the gloves. She leaves her head up, and then here comes the left hook. And I think with the left hook, I think that pretty much put her out because I see her eyes close right after that. I'm not sure if that second punch tapped her or not. Let's see that again. All right, so she just received a body shot. Here comes the left hook. That one landed. I think that was it. It just seemed, I'm not gonna say she was knocked out, but she was definitely stunned. Because it just seems like she wasn't responding to anything. I'm sorry, the right that comes, I'm not sure it landed. It might have tapped her jaw. Did kind of turn her head a little bit, but not only did it turn her head a little bit, If you guys see Camarillo's her right hand, what's it doing? It's bringing down the right hand, the right arm of Isacil. Why? Because she's going to come with the left, and her the whole side of her face there is going to be exposed. Yeah, vicious, man, vicious. Um, it's good to hear. If you guys see right here, down here on the corner, they had to put her on a stretcher. They had to put her in a stretcher to get her out of the ring. Just gosh, man, scary moment, scary situation. This is a young 19-year-old girl. Young 19-year-old girl, and wow, that is just a quick reminder of what the sport can do, man. Jocelyn Camarillo, she should not feel guilty on this at all. Okay. This is what the sport is. All right. Just like you guys, I love the sport of boxing. It's my favorite sport. There's other sports I enjoy as well, but not like boxing. Boxing is like Canelo says, no boxing, no life. As much as I love other sports, I'd give them all up for boxing, man, just to have boxing around. But Camarillo should not feel guilty about this whatsoever. You're in there to throw chingazos. You're in there to hurt your opponent. You're in there to, cause damage on your opponent. I know there's been people talking about this, like, well, how can we prevent this? How can we, when it comes to this sport and combat sports like this, in my opinion, this is just the name of the game, man. Isis Seal, I think she has a record. I think she's like 1-4 now. When it comes to these fights where they're barely getting they're barely making a career for themselves in the pro rankings. Yeah, you're gonna be facing people with losing records. You're gonna be outmatched. You're gonna all that stuff, man. But it's a very sad situation. Now, according to the Daily News, I think it was a Daily News. I hope I'm not getting that wrong, but apparently she's breathing on her own, and apparently she's talking. I hope I'm getting that right. Okay, I'm hoping I'm getting that right. I just looked that up before I got on here. Okay, which is great news. I don't want to see this girl get hurt again. I don't want to see her in the ring. But again, when something like this happens, oh man, somebody might feel it in themselves to be like, you know what, let me just get one more fight because I don't want to go out like that. And I can understand that. In all reality, I think that'd probably be my feeling, even if it's just like a light fight. I don't necessarily need to win, but I don't want to go out like that, So look, if she wants to get in there at least one more time, because like I said, she has a record of 1-4. So I'm not really sure how serious she's taking her boxing career. I don't want to come down on her too hard. Maybe she's taking it very serious. And I don't know much about her career. Okay, I don't. But I'm just glad she's doing well. I'm glad she's doing better. And it was looking very, very scary for a while there. But this was a pretty fast, quick turnaround. So that is good. Good gosh, man. That is good. And for Jocelyn Camarillo, look, like I said, she shouldn't feel guilty. She shouldn't feel guilty whatsoever. That you're in the ring to, cause damage to the other person. Obviously, you don't want to do this, right? Nobody wants to do this, right? But this, this is what the sport is. It's vicious. It's violent. It's definitely a huge, massive risk. How can we change this? I just don't think there is a way. If somebody gets medically cleared to be in the ring, they get medically cleared to get in the ring. your body's going to respond how it's going to respond to taking some massive shots. But, you know, thankfully, it's unfortunate that this happened. It's very unfortunate that this happened, but thankfully, she's awake, you know. So I just want to go ahead and touch on that just for a few minutes. You know, I respect the sport, man. Everybody respect the sport when people get in there and do this, or, you know, just whenever you're in there with anybody else, if you're just sparring or whatever it may be, you know, understand the risk, you know, the severity of taking some of these shots, man. It can be pretty scary at sometimes, you know, of what can happen in there. So anyway, with that, God bless her. God bless both of them. God bless both of them. You know, God be with both of them, or whatever ISIS decides to do after this. Like I said, I would like her just to hang it up. I really would. However, I can also see her saying, like, I want to go out, you know, on my terms, not like that. Give me one more. I can also see that whichever way she decides to go, God bless her. I wish her nothing but the best, and I hope it goes very, very well for her. For Camarillo, I hope she's not feeling guilty. I hope, you know, because it can do that. It can do that. And it can affect her career going forward. She can actually start holding back, and it can affect her career. So it's a messed up situation all the way around. But you guys, let me know what's your guys' thoughts on this, man. But thank goodness she's okay. And whatever both ladies decide to do, hey, may God be with them. Cholo Choco, los tres chingones boxing. Shout out to all the chingones y chingonas. Catch you guys on next round.